I'm popping by today to give you a less than 10-minute low-calorie shrimp and rice dinner. This one is one of the easiest dinners that I've ever made in my life, hands down. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan. I'm a nutritionist, and I have a website that most of you may be familiar with. It is called Skinny Fit Delicious, where I create low-calorie, gluten-free recipes that are weight loss friendly. And this recipe holds a particular special place in my heart because of the fact that it is one of the very first recipes that I taught myself how to cook. So even though I create all kinds of healthy recipes that may look, beautiful and wonderful and taste great, just a couple years ago, you would have never found me in the kitchen. I would have been going through a fast food drive-through or picking up takeout or eating out at a restaurant or making pizza at home. So cooking was the farthest thing from my mind. And I know that for a lot of the clients that I work with in my nutrition practice, I know that cooking and healthy cooking can be really difficult for a lot of people. Because let's face it, everybody's really busy, and by the time you get home from a long day at work, running the kids around and to all of their activities, it can be really hard to get all of your meal prep done and figure out, well, what the heck am I going to eat for dinner and feed everybody? So today, this is a really easy recipe. There's only a few ingredients, and I know this is one that everybody is capable of doing because if I can do it, you can do it. So for the recipe, I just used a mix of bell peppers. So I got a red, yellow, orange, and green. I feel like anytime you can add color to your diet, it's really good for you. It just increases your ability to fight all of the toxins and things that get into your body. There's so many anti-cancer properties, especially when you get into the colorful fruits and vegetables. So the more that you can get in, the better. So I just get every color bell pepper I can find under the sun, chop them up, and I do this ahead of time. It just makes dinner cooking so much easier. So if you buy your produce like on a Saturday or a Sunday, I try to cut it up and dice it up like the same day or the day after, and then just store it in the refrigerator so that during the week when I need to make a recipe, it's already there waiting for me, and I don't have to chop it up and prep it and wash it and do all of that, because it's just so much more time consuming. So when you can break up the steps to making a meal, it just makes it so much easier. At least that's what I have found. So I've got bell pepper going here with 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. I also have some brown rice that is finishing up in the pot, and I just use regular minute brown rice because it's already cooked and it's instant and it's just easy. So for this, I am using a large stir-fry skillet because of the fact that there are so many peppers in here, and I'm using 2 pounds of shrimp. So I get my shrimp from Sizzlefish. It's delivered directly to my front door, frozen. I just pull it out of the freezer and clean it, and it's ready to go. So I have my shrimp, and my peppers are actually soft enough where I can throw my shrimp in now. So I'm just going to put the shrimp in. I am going to add some salt and pepper as well. And then I probably will give this a quick stir. And for the shrimp, I also prep this ahead of time. I think a lot of people don't realize that with your meats, like shrimp, fish, turkey, chicken, beef, whatever you're eating for protein in your meal, you can prep those in advance as well. There's nothing wrong with that. You can totally, cut it up, put it in the refrigerator, and then it's just ready to go. Like, again, you just want to make the steps to making a meal easier during the week, especially. So the more that you can do in advance, or the more that you can break those steps up, it just makes your life so much easier. So I'm just going to give this a quick stir. Get the shrimp kind of evenly dispersed throughout here, kind of get the bell pepper off the bottom, get the shrimp on the bottom because I want that to start cooking a little bit more. And this is a super, super simple recipe. It has hardly any ingredients. I'm going to add a spritz of lemon juice. It just gives a lot of freshness to since there really isn't a sauce, it just adds a really vibrant freshness to the dish. And this is one dish that I like to make year-round, but I especially really like to make it in the spring and summer when it's warmer. It just has a lot of light flavors. It's just really delicious with all the different bell peppers, and then that citrusy flavor is just so good. So I am just going to give that another twirl. Looks like our shrimp are coming along. It doesn't take shrimp very long. Usually you just want to make sure that they get pink and there's no opaque. Then the other thing I'm going to do, and this is totally up to you, but I really like my food to be spicy. So I am going to add, I have some Simply Organic crushed red pepper. I love, love, love spice. And one of the things that I hear from my clients in my nutrition practice all the time is that healthy food tastes bland. And really the truth of the matter is it's not that bland, it's what you do with it to make it better. So what I mean by that is spices and herbs can go a long way, and there's no calories and fat hardly in any of them. So you can really mix things up and make things super flavorful just by adding a few things that are probably sitting in your pantry and you're not even paying attention to them. So I'm going to add some crushed red pepper again. If you're not a spice fan, you don't have to add it. I love my food to be a little bit spicier, so I'm going to go crazy and go to town and put a lot on here. But again, you can adjust that to your liking. And it kind of bounces off of the citrus anyway, so the citrus kind of gives it that lighter flair so you don't get that just hotness in your mouth. It also kind of balances it out. So anytime I add citrus, a lot of times I like to add a little bit of heat. And again, those flavors just make this not feel like it's a low-calorie dinner. It makes it feel more like it's, you know, just a meal that you would get at a takeout restaurant. And that's what I really try to go for with my recipes, is to try to recreate lighter versions of foods that I love at other restaurants or places where I have eaten, because before I became a nutritionist, I was an IT consultant and I traveled all over the world. So I had the opportunity to taste a lot of different foods from different cultures. And I kind of know like what things I really like and what things I really don't like. So that has given me a lot of inspiration for the meals that I cook in the kitchen. Okay, so this is almost done. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the heat because we are good to go. And I don't want to overcook the shrimp. When you overcook shrimp, it just gets really chewy and ugly, so you don't want to do that. The last thing that I'm going to add is some parsley. I have Simply Organic parsley. So one thing about parsley, a lot of people are like, ew, parsley, like what does that do? Okay, so here's the deal. Parsley really brightens up the flavors of foods. It's one herb I think that people really don't think about using, but they should use more of. And I'm going to tell you one really important reason why. First of all, it's a natural detoxer. So our bodies really love parsley for detoxing and weight loss. So go nuts, put it on stuff. Throw it on your eggs, throw it on some vegetables that you steam. It's just a really light and fresh herb, and it's so easy and simple to add to any of your meals or dishes. So I'm going to add some of that to here. Actually a lot, and then I'm going to stir it around. Probably about half a tablespoon. I added about, probably I would say a half tablespoon of parsley and a full tablespoon of the crushed red pepper. I'm just going to mix that up, and the heat is already off again. Yep. And there we go. Dinner is served. And how long did that take us? So that was less than 10 minutes, guys. So if I can do it, you can do it. Remember, break up the steps to make it easier for you to make healthy meals a reality during the week. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Or if you have any suggestions for some topics or other cooking demos that you would like to see, I would love to hear them. I'm really always looking for your feedback. And yeah, I hope to hear from you soon. Oh, and by the way, recipe will be coming to the my website very soon, so watch out for it. Bye, guys.